Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the GOWEN Racing Podcast here on the channel. I believe this is episode number 14 of the podcast here in our first year. So we got some Talladega racing to talk about today. The next gen car got leaked. We got an interesting story about that one we'll have to tell you guys about. And then we got F1 announcing some sprint races for some races this year. But main thing, of course, being Talladega. We'll touch upon Nitro real quick as well in today's episode from the Daytona 500. But we have myself, Gary Owen, and then we got Jay Cook. How we doing, Jay?
I'm doing pretty darn good.
I heard you're getting a PC. You're going to be getting on the PC gaming soon, I hear.
Yes, sir. Cannot wait. Hopefully, going to be able to do iRacing. And probably suck at it, but I'll still enjoy my time with it.
Yeah, you're probably right. And we also got Matt O'Brien. Matt, I saw your tweet. You got a Blue Yeti microphone now. You're starting to get some stuff set up or something for some videos
Yeah,
or
I actually
whatever.
got a new webcam today too.
Hey, I can't wait to see. Is it higher quality?
Yeah, it can do 4K.
Let's
but obviously,
go.
4K that
obviously,
couch.
huh?
4K that couch and the table in the background.
How
I like
much?
that.
How much was it?
It was like 179.
That's not bad. I can't wait to look at your face.
I saw the Toyota settings, but to find like what's perfect. But
Yeah. We also got Eddie Shearer.
Well,
How
that's
we
the first
doing?
time you ever got that right. Well, that's great.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Painting my room. I hate painting, and I never want to paint again. But yeah, it's paint. It's
Yeah,
great.
you're changing up your stream room, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not revealing it yet, but I gave a little sneak peek yesterday's stream. But
Oh, so you're
I'm
taking
not
the face cams off?
So every stream probably will have the face cam off for the next couple of days because this probably won't be finished till I guess Saturday, Sunday.
Well, there you have it. Everyone's got something going on this week. That's pretty cool. So, we're going to talk about some NASCAR racing today. We had Talladega Super Speedway over the weekend. Always look forward to that, and it was way better than the Daytona 500. That's for sure. It started. We had an Xfinity Series race Saturday. I wasn't home to see that, so I did see Jeb Burton won in a rain-shortened race. But I don't know if you guys watched and saw the action or anything. Or
I saw a little bit.
Noah Gragson had the best car in my opinion.
And he found a way to lose again.
Yeah. I mean, his car was like the best. Like, if you wanted, like in the draft, it worked best in the draft. It worked best solo. He was making runs on his own. He knew how to work the traffic, and he was just unfortunate.
Yeah, a random rain shower appeared literally out of nowhere, and
Yeah, Mother Nature
ended
said
the race.
no.
Well, wasn't it like towards the end of the race already?
Yeah, there was like 20 laps or so left.
Yeah, literally.
Still time for a lot of crap to go down, but
And it was
no
a quick
point.
shower too that bypassed like after like an hour, but they're like, yeah, we'll just call it.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know if
they
No, it was the right call. It was 100%.
yeah,
the right
the
call.
track got
It was
absolutely
daylight.
soaked, and then like half an hour later, I
They-
think it was
they
Joe Mutter
literally
or
came
one of the
down.
guys
Oh my
posted a
God.
picture, and it was still absolutely pouring.
Like he
so-
was like in the grandstands. He couldn't see the pit road.
Yeah,
So I was like, yeah, they made people were so mad. I'm like, dude, it was already.
yeah, it was
6
already
o'clock.
getting dark, and
It
the
was
track got
already 6.
absolutely soaked. So
It was over. There was no
It was
hope.
the right call.
Let's put rain tires on it. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Boy.
Are we gonna get an update about that? Are they gonna try that at the short flat ovals or not?
Yeah, let's
I
not do
haven't
it.
heard anything about it
You probably,
recently.
you
I have no
probably,
idea.
you probably won't hear anything because the next track they could even think of doing it is New Hampshire.
Yeah, that's a while away. So
I have a really good idea that they should do possibly. Why don't they just take half the field, send them backwards, and the other half go the right way, and then we just see what happens after that.
Where have I heard
spoiler
that
alert for
before?
the cup race. Hey, spoiler alert for the cup race. We didn't meet the quota.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
you know
we
what?
didn't. Yeah,
It's
very
pretty
short
tame.
quota.
So I guess we're moving into that.
I actually
Xfinity.
preferred it that way, honestly.
I thought it was a solid race, Talladega. I
Half
missed
of them go backwards.
I missed stage one because I was at work. So if you boys can fill me, I of course saw what happened at the end of stage one. But if you guys can fill me in on the beginning, anyone? They turned left. I know that much. But
Basically, nothing really happened that was until
Well,
that point.
Well, they were racing. they were like actually trying to race and stuff. But
Oh yeah, no, they were actually trying to race, but anything like important topic-wise needs to be brought up. There wasn't really anything until that wreck.
Larson's crew papaga and left the sheet metal in the
yes,
front of the
yeah.
car that made his
Oh
car
yeah,
blow
that
up.
there was that.
Way to go, Mr.
Yeah.
H. Yeah, let's find that guy
Yeah.
and fire him, please. Thank you.
Hashtag that wouldn't happen if we had practice XDDDDD.
Eric Jones made another comment about that after the race.
Hey, don't worry. He can stop complaining because it's coming back next year.
Oh yeah, he did.
They already said it's pretty much back for everything next year, though, didn't they? So.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what they
not
said.
confirmed, but they're hoping it.
Oh, it'll happen.
Eric Jones said something. Yeah, Karma. It was at the end of the race. He said basically they wouldn't be struggling with like the adjustment of him being on a new team if they had practice.
Yeah, but I mean,
Every other
there's a
team's going
reason
through
that
the
it's
same
not there.
situation.
Yeah, it's kind of like that double-edged sword.
Yeah.
While like he's probably right at the same time, there's a reason it's not there, and it's because
You're not the only
they
one,
can't
too.
have it this year.
Bubba's got to deal with a
Yeah,
new
that
team.
as well.
Suarez got to deal with a new team.
Bubba was questioned a
I
lot
don't-
after the race.
I thought, okay, actually, we'll mention that.
I'm gonna, because I don't know if you guys have seen some of the comments I've been making this week, but yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Once again,
What?
Bubba making some moves up front that really led to no harm, no foul, and people were
Not
like, "You can't be
questionable
doing
stuff.
that."
No, he made like a questionable move when at one point, and I watched it on Radioactive today too. And
I saw what
heard
Denny
from, like,
said.
Denny's perspective, yeah.
But-
Honestly, I'm all on the side of Denny. I don't know why he didn't trust it, but he honestly should have stayed.
We did see
my
it. Denny
opinion.
mentioned we saw the same thing at Daytona. He's 100% right. But like, it's fascinating seeing people give him crap for the stuff he does when he hasn't wrecked anybody. Like, we see other drivers do similar moves.
Yeah, everyone
but,
pointed the
like,
finger at Denny for causing all the wrecks that whole
yeah,
weekend.
Denny got okay. So we'll touch on that stage 1 incident, I guess. So Stenhouse hits Denny, turns him into the 22, and then of
It
course
was
up and over
unfortunate.
goes Joey.
No one's at fault for that. That's
No.
just how it goes.
He was trying to stay with him and push him, and he got him
Yeah.
at a really bad angle while peeling out, and they were just not lined up perfectly, and just around he sent Denny.
So I want your guys' opinion though on what Joey had to say about it. He was not happy whatsoever with the package and stuff.
It's amazing.
My
when he
immediate
causes
reaction
those
was
wrecks, the big ones.
he is not the person to be talking like that. He's
Shouldn't
the one
be
who
able to
causes half
talk.
of those wrecks, so he has no right to talk like that.
And
Yeah.
what's that?
Okay, and I also saw like, yeah. First off, absolute clown statement from Joey, and then it didn't. The big spoilers aren't. The big spoilers are not causing the flips. There could be
Yeah.
an argument that the big spoiler is causing these situations to happen a lot more, where like these drivers are put into a box and they all start crashing and stuff more often. But
When the car gets turned in front of someone and gets nailed on the side in the quarter panel at 200 mile an hour, that's going to flip it over, and that's exactly what happened.
Austin
He
Dillon
got turned
flipped
into
over.
someone and got nailed in the quarter panel and immediately flipped him over. So, like that's going to happen. That's just how the energy and how physics works.
Like the 3-car flipped over in 2015. You know,
yeah.
got hit and then up and over he went because of the.
And Joey got hit at like the worst angle too, like when he was around too. Like I forgot who hit him, but it hit him like dead in the quarter panel that Larry got him lifted in the air.
Yeah, it just hit him square in the quarter panel and immediately it just took him right over. So,
Yeah.
that's just how that's going to work.
At least it wasn't an Elliott Sadler moment.
That was just to me like, yeah, Joey's the last guy that should be complaining about the
Yeah.
Talladega racing.
That was the words that immediately came out of my mouth as soon as he said that. I was like, "What are you talking about? You cause half of these wrecks that end up
Yeah.
like this. You have no room to talk. Shut up.
Spoiler alert.
You're
for
the
further-
last one that gets to talk like that."
It's also ironic that over at one race Joey wrecks early. There's no big one.
Yeah, good point.
Does it cause?
And Stenhouse gets taken out in the wreck as well.
Sort of.
And
Sort
it
of. He got
was
killed by another
Yeah, but
guy that
he was not
causes a big one.
competitive.
No, but
Yeah.
he got caught by a guy that doesn't know how to drive. Period. So.
which one, Alfredo or Health? Because Alfredo hit Health
Oh,
down
he-
into the
it's just
47.
when Hal decided, yeah, I'm gonna pit from the third lane again.
Well, he also got ran into the back of though.
but he did peel off and door
So
slam
he
Ricky
was trying to
Stenhouse at
pit
a
though. They
pit wall.
confirmed he was trying to pit.
Yes.
Okay.
I honestly have no
He
idea.
literally-
I
he-
remember seeing that wreck.
From the angle and what they said on Radioactive, he came from all the way from the second lane when everyone was on the bottom and pitted with the Chevys.
Oh boy.
Another
And
thing I
door slammed
found.
Ricky Stenhouse trying to get in line.
Wow. Another thing I found very ironic at Talladega was Brad Keselowski being so critical of big blocks in the past few years, and then he causes a crash blocking at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, I was gonna mention about that. I don't know how people put the blame on Denny for that. When you look at that replay, Brad literally cut that as close as you would like slicing a cucumber, literally, because he freaking. I wouldn't even say there was like an inch.
It wasn't
he
the worst
I
cleared
block
wasn't
I've
paying
ever
attention
seen.
when that happened. So
It wasn't the
I-
worst
I
block
don't have
I've
an
seen,
opinion
but
on
it was
that one.
it was still something he shouldn't have done.
No, Brad literally kept his word where the whole thing retaliates back when Daytona when he got involved, that whole big one involved with what's his face, Byron, and when he said they were throwing bad blocks.
I ain't
remember what I'm talking
lifting.
about? Yeah, he literally said, "I'm just gonna start throwing bad blocks and not lifting anymore," and doing that. Ever since then, he's been involved in like every wreck possible. Hasn't won a super speedway race in who knows how long, and then finally wins like this weekend. But it's like
After the trick is he's just got to
regardless-
start throwing blocks and wrecking people.
He got involved in 2 wrecks that race too. That's the funny thing. He got involved in that Joey Logano one. He spun around and got damage on the right rear, and then he involved in that stage 2 one in the finish, and then he ends up winning the race. It's interesting.
Also, just touching upon the Joey incident, I had an idea. I was thinking over. I tweeted about it.
Oh
So
God.
the spoiler is the issue from what Joey said. I think we should try putting a wing on the NASCAR car.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it would go.
Yeah.
I think it would go pretty great. You
Yeah.
know, it's an
Yeah,
experiment we've never tried before. I can't see anything. I can't see any reason why it would go wrong. I agree.
Yeah, can we type 1 in the comment section if we should take Gary's phone away?
That was the first thing that came to my mind when I saw Joey's comments. I was like, all right, let's put a wing on it then. Maybe that'll
Yeah,
make
wing
him
would
happy.
certainly give it much better downforce than a spoiler would.
Yeah, dude.
I can't see any reason why it would go wrong.
Might as well turn them
certainly
into
they-
freaking hovercrafts.
Surely they wouldn't flip over at like a place like Atlanta.
No, not at all.
Or yeah, who knows where they'll flip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dover.
They'll flip at Bristol.
We'll flip at Dover
A
again.
blow over at Bristol or Martinsville.
But the thing I liked about this race the most was there was very little just training. The only time they really trained was at the start of stage 3.
When
Or
the
when they
Fords
came
were
off
in
pit road.
control.
But even then, like at the end of the race when Matty D was trying to get the train for him, and like people were not playing the game of, oh, we're just gonna wait here, because there were some cars that were on the bottom the entire time. So.
I mean,
Overall, this is one of the best plate races I think I've seen in a while, and just for the pure fact that they were actually trying to race for pretty much the entire time, and there was no one huge crash that just ruined the race.
Well, it's always Dega. Dega always brings excitement.
I agree. Yeah,
feel
Dega
like-
is certainly the better of the two.
Talladega's
Dega
been
recently
great the
has
last
shown-
while.
I think Dega has recently shown why it's just a tad bit like these recent years a little bit better than Daytona for racing wise.
I think Talladega helps in because it's such a wide track compared to Daytona. I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah, you
the
can
main
build like
thing
up
that
to
helps.
4 lanes. It's crazy.
And Daytona is just super narrow compared to Talladega, and so a lot less room for mistakes. And drivers also probably try and drive a lot more smooth. And when
And
they make a
bumpy.
mistake, they wind up just making it worse.
Mhm. Yeah,
Imagine Dega repaved, even though it's like doesn't need it, but it's like, ugh.
it was repaved in 06.
Yeah, but like imagine I got another one now, even though it doesn't need it.
As long as they don't change anything about the track and just give it a new surface,
We'll
I'd be
repave.
all for it.
We'll repave the unnecessary tracks. Don't worry, but we're not gonna repave Atlanta. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, remember
I'm
when
pretty
everyone
sure
fought
Atlanta's
for
gonna
it?
get a repay pretty soon.
Yeah,
They're just waiting
everyone's
on
like-
the decision for that casino thing.
I honestly, I think they were just waiting till after the second race.
Yeah, they're probably. I think they're waiting for both that and the approval or disapproval of the casino thing.
Yeah, dude, let me go blow my money.
Yeah, during the race. There you go.
Yeah,
Give me a
so
vodka and Sprite. Let me go blow $1,000 in the
so
casino while I
basically
watch the race.
we after the Hamlin.
Oh wait! How about Hamlin's 2 speeding penalties?
Yeah, that he found my playbook
That-
apparently.
That was pretty
What was
good.
surprising is he wasn't even the only one to do that.
No, he found my playbook apparently.
Newman did the
'cause
same
my
thing. He
last
got
2
a
races I
yeah.
sped.
Newman sped, and then he sped on his penalty pass through as well. But then he like
Well,
came over
that's
the
stupid.
radio and he was just like, I can't slow the car down. I saw that on Radioactive.
Just brake harder, forehead.
Yeah,
True.
but
Yeah, just slow down.
that was
that
unfortunate for
hard.
him. Then of course he
I
wrecked
got an
out.
idea. Invest in an e-brake.
Yeah, drift.
Yeah, so Bubba. So stage winners were Matty D and Bubba Wallace.
First ever stage win for Bubba Wallace, and of course 23-11.
And Matty D's back in playoff contention now after the whole race.
And remember
He's only,
last
like,
week when
16
Jay
out.
was like, Matty D's already in trouble, and I said one race at Talladega can put him right in the game. Boom.
Yeah,
16
and
out.
that
Okay.
one stage win, and now he's only 16
Hey,
out.
hey, we just need to get to Jay's favorite part of the race.
Yeah. So
Please no.
I mean, like a stage 3,
Pathetic.
not a whole lot happened. Single file at the beginning, but then they started spicing it up again. They did the pit stops, whatever.
Quinn Half.
There was the incident with Quinn Half coming down on Ricky
Yep.
Stenhouse Jr.
Dumbass.
No caution. Stenhouse goes crashing in the inside wall, well off the racing surface. There was no need for caution. They kept
Breaks
it green, rightfully
radiator
so.
and said, frick it.
Although I did want a caution at the time.
Damn.
But
Hey,
that shouldn't have been a caution though.
I had
Elliott unnecessary damage.
Wayne. I had my moment.
You had your
I had
moment.
Ross Chastain.
Yeah, I had Eric
Ross-
Eric led.
Ross
Yeah.
Chastain. Ross Chastain ended that.
Oh, I'll tell you what. When he got up front, I was like, the big one's coming any second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Forced
threw a
it.
couple
He-
big blocks, man.
Actually, no, it wasn't Ross. It was Kaz Gralla.
No, I honestly think Eric kind of just wrecked himself. But
If you look it back, and I was watching it because freaking what's her face? Freaking Spire tweeted it out about they were like the audio on Brett Griffin spotting for Kaz Gralla,
Oh no.
Mhm.
and apparently Brett just said split the middle, and the hole was closing. And when he said split the middle, it was between Eric and Ross. And when he split the middle, Eric was coming down, and Kaz just went through the middle and just basically just
I
checked the
mean-
shit out of Eric.
I mean, from what I watched, it honestly looks more like Eric just wrecks himself. But
That's from an Eric Jones fan. So I guess that brings us towards the finish of the race. So Martin Truex Jr.
Flat tire.
Don't know
Vegas.
what in the world that guy's doing.
Ugh.
But an absolute god
Sure.
because it spiced it up even more. Okay, so he has a tire going down in like turns 3 and 4. He's slipping and sliding all over the place. Gets down to the apron. He doesn't pit. Like, am I correct on that? He goes around to the trioval
Yeah.
and then loses the tire. So, what?
yeah, I don't know.
Might be the fact that he didn't. Maybe the speed had to deal with it. I don't know. But other than
Oh,
that, he
dude,
freaking
the
went
dude was
by
on
it.
the apron in turn 3.
No,
yeah,
I know,
he was
but-
crawling.
Yeah. I
So,
don't know.
like, I'm
Absolute
like,
joke.
literally the only thing is he's trying to draw a caution for a Toyota.
Stay
team.
on the lap. No,
That
no,
too, potentially.
Stay
Yeah.
on the lead lap.
But at the same time, that should be a penalty.
It should be. NASCAR needs to start honestly making penalties for it.
Well, I think he got penalized anyways because he was so damn slow around
Oh
the
yeah,
track.
I think you should get
he
fined for that
finished-
too.
He finished 2 laps down in 31st. So
It's legitimately manipulating the race at this point. Like,
Yeah,
it
it was
needs to
stupid. It
become a
was
penalty.
extremely stupid. I think you should be penalized points wise. Not a huge penalty, but like a 10, 20 point penalty.
I don't know when
No,
it,
no,
when
no,
it goes
remember
from
when Bubba-
getting a guy who could have won into the playoffs to him finishing 5th.
Yeah, but he's
I
already
mean,
got 2
that's-
wins. I
that's
mean,
pretty
it's not going
severe
to
for that
affect him
guy.
anyways.
well,
Yeah, but it
Re-
doesn't matter. Well, yeah,
remember when
still should be
Bubba
points.
what was
Admitted.
it, admitted to
Texas.
spinning out like
Yeah,
1 or 2
Texas.
years ago? He got 50-point penalty.
Yeah, is that Texas?
Wasn't it also a 50K fine or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, it was something big.
I think it needs to go from like the driver having to admit to just NASCAR being able to straight up see with the data, or just like see you avoid pit road with a flat tire like that. That's pretty fucking blatant.
I mean, like, why would he purposely do it? Like, was anybody, like, teammate-wise in contention for the win?
I
Yeah,
don't
he
know.
probably just wanted to
Kyle?
stay on the lead lap, which I don't even know if he was at that time.
Yeah, because he was
Considering he
involved in that
finished 2
whole
laps
stage
down,
2
so-
wreck.
But I mean,
don't
things
know.
were looking
it
good.
could have been teammate thing too. I don't know.
That's
If
what I'm-
you-
like, it
either
could've been.
way,
Yeah, it's like, who was
either way,
involved, though?
it doesn't
Kyle?
really matter what the reasoning was. The fact that he did it, it was pretty blatantly obvious that it was on purpose.
Yeah,
He's
and so
penalized.
like You know, you look
Well,
at like
also,
Bubba.
I mean, the one defense to it is you can't know the tire carcass is gonna fly on the track, and first off, you're not even gonna you don't even know if it's gonna fly off the car, right?
Sure, but when the tire goes down in turn 3, and then you decided to keep going past pit road,
Around the track.
like where's the
Well,
defense for
yeah.
that? There's no defense for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was
I don't know
extremely
the
blatant.
If
and
it
it's-
happens in the tri-oval and then he's going around
Yeah,
the
it's
track and
whatever.
comes off on the back straightaway, then that's whatever. But when you decide to pass pit road and stay on the track, that's when it becomes pretty blatant to me.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. There's no teammate games because Bubba and Kyle were like in the low teens at that point.
Yeah, because they pitted on that last caution too.
No.
There technically
They
could be.
This
If
is
you
before the last
technically give
caution.
them a chance to get back to the lead draft. But
It was just stupid. But
Yeah.
then, of course, that brings out the last caution. DiBenedetto was in good shape. I mean, who knows if he was going to win at that point, because I don't think they were just going to ride behind him.
No.
And I
I
think it
think
was
Blaney
gonna.
would have. I don't think Brad would have, but I think Blaney would have.
He should have
if
stayed
he'd still
with
been there.
Brad.
So that's where we're getting to now, the final restart. Lap 1, pretty clean, what I expected.
He
Things
did
were starting
so
to amp up.
good.
We get to the final lap, and DiBenedetto's, he coming to the line, he's at the bottom, and then going down towards
Jumping
turns
up.
1, he jumps up when the outside's not going anywhere. And
It's not even that,
immediately,
Well, they
Like,
were at the
push.
moment that he went up there, and then the
It
run
died
died.
within
He
a
should have
second.
instantly went back
Yeah,
down.
because
Yeah.
Blaney
Yeah,
freaking
he
didn't have
should have
nobody
instantly
pushing
went
him.
back down.
Blaney didn't have
And-
nobody pushing him, and Blaney's not even a good pusher. Period.
as soon as he went up, I was like, oh, he just blew it if he doesn't drop down like immediately. And sure enough, I don't know, he had time to get back down.
Yeah, he did.
His
He
spotter
didn't
told him
take
to
it.
get up Blaney.
Yeah,
As soon
I
as they
watched
finished
Radioactive
the
today, and
finish.
his spotter was like, stay up top, stay up top. It's
Yeah, he's like, Blaney
"Don't
coming
do
over the top,
that."
Blaney coming over the run. I'm like, no, the freaking hell he's not.
So
I
I
mean,
mean,
He
I don't
should've
think
stayed
you
on the
fully,
bottom.
I don't think you fully blame Matt there. I think you also blame the spotter.
No. Yeah, you blame the spotter. He should have stayed with Brad. Brad was shoving the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, no, I think
He was
that's
doing
all on the
perfect.
spotter because DiBenedetto
Well, no, Matt
is
still
trying
had
to
the
block
choice.
whatever run is coming.
No,
No,
but if
it's
he's
the
still with
driver.
Brad-
You can't. Matty D is driving the car.
Yeah,
man.
at the end of the day, Matt
Well,
has
okay,
the choice of where that
that's
car
true.
goes.
But I
you
mean,
know?
I don't think he makes that move if the spotter doesn't say this run is coming when it really wasn't. So I mean, that's where I say you put the blame on the spotter. But
I'd say it's half-half.
you have
so.
a point as well.
But so Keselowski just cruises by on the inside. DiBenedetto ends up like 8th.
And then
something
Gary's
like that.
hurt. And then Gary's
So,
hurt
okay,
got
going down
broken.
towards turns 1, William Byron, okay, a couple weeks back in Martinsville, punts Daniel Suarez, loses 10 spots, 2 laps later gets taken out, a big crash. Okay.
Suarez could have avoided that crash.
Everybody could have avoided that crash.
Yeah, a lot of people could have, to be honest.
And then, final lap, I mean, it's just plate racing before I go any further. It's just how it is, everyone's pushing. But of all people, William Byron hooks Suarez in the bumper and turns him towards the infield. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And Suarez thankfully doesn't wreck anybody because he came back on the track trying to get the car slowed down. But terrible finish. But I was just like, we owe Byron something now. I don't know what it is, but he owes us a little bit. But then down the back, that we have more developments. I don't think DiBenedetto was fully done for.
No, but
But
Tyler
Tyler
Reddick.
Reddick-
Tyler Reddick
Tyler
made sure he
Reddick.
was done for.
I'll
Tyler
make this
Reddick's
freaking
like, I'm going to
look
pass both of these guys and go win the race myself.
When I
Yeah,
literally
that
don't
was
go
nuts.
right.
Gets
Goal.
halfway
That
along
was
the
dumb.
12 and is done for, and then pulls back the whole run. That was such
Oh.
he
And
admitted
then-
it
and
on
then-
Twitter.
Yeah, which is not many people would do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
props to him for
And
that.
then-
But
And then
God,
and then going to turn 3, Eric Jones makes it 4 wide. He makes sure Matt is really
Yeah,
screwed.
yeah.
Hey, for Eric, that was a great move.
until he crashed.
until he wrecked himself.
Pretty lit.
But when I saw Reddick make that move, I was just like, "Oh, what are you doing?" dude?"
Yeah, that was
yeah,
And then I knew
I
it was
was
like
I was
Keselowski.
screaming at the TV when I saw Reddick pull out like that.
And then all of a sudden, Michael McDowell has a chance to win the race again, and I was
Not
just
again.
like, "Please
PTSD.
no, please no." And I didn't want Keselowski to win, but when McDowell got up there, I was so glad Keselowski won.
Yep.
The ego would have gone through the roof. It would have been a new Ricky Stenhouse.
I
Yeah.
legitimately think the ego already is through the roof still.
Yeah, it's a little bit there.
Yeah.
Did you- I thought it was funny when they said that was his first like top 10 finish in like the last like 6 races.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what we expected.
or top 5 or
He had
whatever it
his
was.
tremendous start to the year. I don't know how he finished in the top 10, like 3 of the first 3. But then it's fallen off since then.
Yep.
To no surprise.
Well, I think the real scary part is that he's still 13th in points.
Even the scarier part is that if you're a Kurt Busch fan, Kurt Busch is the first one out.
Yeah, I mean, but he had what?
No.
He got
No,
wrecked at
actually,
Atlanta.
no. It's Matty D. Matty D's the
It's
first one
Kurt.
out.
It's Kurt.
No,
Yeah, Chris Buescher,
listen,
Chris Buescher, and Ricky Stenhouse are the first ones out.
listen. That they showed you the points
Yeah.
before Matty D got swapped back to 5th place.
Yeah, Matt DiBenedetto is the first one out.
Matty D is the first one out.
He's got a point over Kurt.
Yeah, 1 point over Kurt. They
That
were
was
tied.
the best thing I've heard all season.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we kind of look at that now. So I mean, we saw the finish. Keselowski wins. I think Byron got second or third. Second. So he did get McDowell.
Oh, yeah,
That's fine.
second.
So Denny Hamlin finishes in the 30s and increases his point lead.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing. His point lead has increased.
The top 5 thing's over, but I mean, well, still 8 top 5s in 10 races. 80% of the races or whatever, he's been top 5.
All right. So there's also the elephant in the room that kind of happened today, right? This
Next
morning,
gen.
I guess.
Last night.
Or whenever it happened.
The leak.
Okay,
The
so
leak.
this is something
Next
right
gen
here.
punkers.
I don't know how it got.
I didn't know
So
I didn't know we're going to Audis.
Jay comes in last night. He's like, Gary, like, check mod chat. I'm like, okay. And then I look at mod chat, and here's this leak of the next gen car, and I'm like,
Of 2 of them.
yeah,
Mustang
the
and
Ford
Chevy.
and the Chevy. I'm like, okay, how the heck do we have this?
And then Toyota also tweeted earlier today, like a teaser of it, and it is the Camry.
Looks the Camry, yeah.
It is the Camry.
My question is, how we had it so early, and it took all the way till the next morning to get it actually put out on Twitter and whatnot.
And Gary immediately goes and tweets, "Next gen car looks so cool," and then immediately is like, "Ah, heck!" So he has to post a picture of a Roblox car.
To cover it up, because I was like, this has to be all over Twitter already. And then and I'm like, oh my god, literally no one knows.
Followers into some stuff to get the leak. Yeah.
And it's everywhere now. So
yeah, so we can talk all about it.
Someone's
like
getting fired.
Yeah.
Someone's getting absolutely destroyed.
Actually, whoever took that
Looks
picture,
like an Audi R8.
whoever took that picture, sucks. Okay, NASCAR worked so hard on this car, and they wanted to build up this big secret build up to May the 5th and unveil it, and this one stupid person was like, you know what, I'm gonna ruin it.
Leaks happen all the time now. I mean, it's,
Yeah,
I dislike
it's
anyone that
happen.
does it though.
You can't close a leak when it's leaking.
Facts right there
moving
from
on.
Eddie.
It depends on the leak. It depends on the leak, but something like this, yeah, it's pretty horrible.
Yeah, like I don't know
Yeah,
who the person
I
is, but
agree.
you're not a good person.
Oh my
I mean, there was some questions around if that's the actual cars or if that's like
I did see that come up. Yeah, it
just
is.
media cars and stuff too. So
Yeah, somebody mentioned it could have been just like for a media show.
But the thing was,
not the
remember
real
the other
one.
day NASCAR tweeted a teaser of the front end of the Chevy, and it's the exact color
that
and the
is true.
exact
It's the
look
same color.
of that picture.
That is true. In the reveal teaser, so that is true. Did they post a
So-
Ford one today?
No,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
believe so.
They
Okay,
like
when
in
they
that whole
do-
trailer they revealed like the 2 drivers revealing it when they pulled up the cover and it was blue.
Well-
I was gonna say in my opinion, it's 100% legit. That's the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
And then people are gonna be like, "Where's the Toyota?" It's probably behind the Ford, and you just can't see it. But
Plus important.
Well, I think the
Camry's-
Toyota's gonna look pretty much the same. I mean, the Camaro doesn't even look that different. There's some differences.
No, it's the
you
same
can notice.
Camaro. The only thing
look, all three cars are gonna look honestly pretty similar, except they are wide boys.
They
Yeah,
are
did you see the
wide.
nose on the Camaro too? That kind of scares me.
I'm not a
yeah,
huge.
that's
does
the
it-
first thing I said last night.
Yeah,
Okay,
the nose on
yeah.
the Camaro is pointy again.
Yeah, like that's,
Yeah.
they learned their lesson, didn't they?
Did we not freaking figure this out?
Also,
But
the
like the
lights
Ford
look
one
really.
the Ford one got flatter. It seems like
Oh, and it looks so good.
They
it
probably all
really
think it's a
does. It
flat
looks
Earth.
like they. It looks like they did either the Shelby GT500 or just the GT500, and it looks so
That thing's
much
gonna
better.
be a beast at
The
plate
it's the
tracks.
electric
Oh,
version.
dude,
It's the
it looks
electric
so
version.
nice.
Do you think NASCAR would ever allow like electric cars?
No, please, for the love of God, let's not do that.
It'll happen. It'll happen eventually, but
No, please.
Yeah,
no idea
it's
when it
it's a
would
long
happen.
way away, but it will happen eventually.
Yeah, I think it's
Maybe
further away
Elon
in
Musk.
NASCAR than any other motorsport.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I mean, there's not really much to take from it. Other than
We have the side of a
they look
Camaro to look
good.
at.
They
Yeah, I
look
mean
good.
they do.
The only thing that's a little off-putting is this. It really does seem like they're super wide. It's really
I thought
weird.
the
Yeah.
Camaro looked long. Like I looked at it, I was like, that looks long.
I really thought
I
the
don't.
Mustang
To
looked
me,
like an
to
Audi.
me, the Camaro does not look that wide, but the Mustang, that thing looks just
It looks
like
like an
it
Audi.
has some stance to it.
Like how freaking low the hood.
It looks
Like if you look
mean,
at it from
man.
the hood to the front, it looks low.
Yeah, that's what I was literally about to say. It looks low and just angry.
It literally looks
Yeah,
like
it
it literally
does.
looks like the front end of an Audi. Like if you compare an
It
Audi
looks like the
R8
Mustang
from that,
is just like low and out of the air, and the Camaro is kind of high and just got
Yeah.
like
If you look at
a
it from a
pointed
distance,
nose.
yeah, I could see
So-
the Audi comparison for sure.
So I want to propose this right now
Oh, this
because
can't be
no, I think you guys are going to be down for it because we
Oh,
usually
wow.
do it at Tuesday night podcast Tuesday night. The reveal of the next gen cars are Wednesday, so I would imagine we do the podcast.
Yeah, let's
next
wait. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's wait till Wednesday.
Yeah,
Same wavelength, Karma, because that was the exact same thing I was just thinking about 5 seconds before you said it.
yeah.
He thought about
So
it before you.
But other than like they look good and everything, there's not much to take from it because the zoom in because like the picture that's going around is actually not the full picture. Like the full picture, it's a way bigger.
I want to hear it.
Can we talk about how good the rims look though?
Yeah.
I wanna
The rims
hear
on
it.
that Camaro look amazing.
I want to
Yeah.
hear it.
You know what would have been awesome is if they had a number on the quarter panel right there,
Shut
Oh
up.
my.
or just
You know
pushed back.
what
That'd
I
been
would
hilarious.
really like is if we go back to the days of like the manufacturer engines sounding different. I don't know if we will with the new exhaust system. I kind of
Straight pipe.
doubt it, but oh,
Straight
it
pipe
would
it.
be good to have that back.
Straight pipe it.
But I don't know, I got nothing else other than
Now, are they just going to be revealing the look of the cars on the fifth, or are they going to give us the details of the car, like the horsepower,
I
the
would-
spoiler stuff, all that type of stuff?
I imagine when they
Probably
reveal it,
yeah.
there'll at least be some of that as well because when they
Okay.
reveal the car, you'll see the spoiler and stuff on it. So
It's gotta be the
So-
full reveal.
No, this is what I think it's going to be. You're gonna get a full reveal of the car. You're gonna get obviously the car. You're gonna get some specs,
yeah, I think we'll get at least like spoiler size and maybe splitter, but that's probably it, just for like the
and then
base
you're
stuff.
gonna get like the features of the car. Like they're gonna talk about the rear diffuser. They're gonna talk about the on the front wheels, on the back, like further back on the car on the front wheels. Like there's that weird thing on the bottom where like it.
The differential.
Not the differential. It's the quarter panel like curves in behind the wheel before the wheel well.
You know, the first thing or one
Can't
of
think
the
of the
first
damn
things I
name, I
noticed
know
as
what you're
well
talking
is
about.
the amount of camber that is in those tires still.
I just really hope
like-
that they have them drive it in, because if it sounds the way it did during testing, I'm in awe.
Dude, every video that I saw them testing the car, I internally just had an orgasm.
It's that
I can't
Mustang.
wait.
It was
man.
so good
That
sounding.
Mustang sounds as good as it looks.
I just want to go to Dover next year and just not bring earplugs, thank you. I don't
If you
care if
wanna
my
wear
You're
ears
it-
gonna go
bleed.
deaf. You're
Nah, I'm
gonna
yeah,
go
yeah.
deaf.
Deaf.
I'm willing to take it. Don't care.
Even people were talking about, oh, the cars are so quiet now and all this stuff when they
Nah,
were like, I saw.
Hell.
No, they are quieter now with the stuff. They are quieter, but with the
Oh, no.
dual exhaust next year, that quiet's going away.
I want to feel my ears.
You're gonna
ring.
have an exhaust screaming at you in the grandstands now. It's
That
gonna be
sounds so
loud.
fine. That's fine to me.
Oh, it's fine to me too.
I can give it to
I
you.
used to be able to not wear any kind of ear protection at all at Talladega and Daytona. I guarantee that's not gonna be a thing anymore.
Yeah, no, you're right because of how, but like short is now it's yeah. It's gonna be
Oh,
loud.
Bristol is gonna be pain.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
it's
so
Bristol.
pain.
No. Like I've been to Bristol twice. I don't think it's gonna change anything just because of how loud it is.
If
There,
anything, they're really
Bristol.
gonna. If anything, they're gonna live up to the nickname of Thunder Valley.
Have you guys been to Bristol?
No,
I
but I
haven't,
Can't
no.
say I
I've been-
have.
Well, yeah. No, you don't. You do. You let me explain this.
Okay.
You think you know what loud is? Then there's Bristol. So just for shits and giggles, when I was at Bristol, I took my earplugs out, an earplug out, just to see what it would sound like. It literally sounded like that old TV static. Like it, there was like no just screen. I can't speak. Like you really couldn't tell there was engine sound. It just sounded like that old TV static. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
That
Yeah.
That's
When
exactly
I
what it
was
sounded like.
younger and first going to NASCAR races and didn't know any better, I went to an Xfinity race in Atlanta, and we sat up under the metal part of the where the buildings are above the grandstands,
Oh, so
and
yeah,
I
like the
didn't know any
reverb.
better about needing ear protection, so that was bad. That was awful. That was the loudest I've ever heard noises in my life. Those engines rattling off of that metal, off of that all that metal. Oh, it was terrible.
You don't. But I promise, if you ever go to Bristol,
Oh yeah,
that's
I'm
a
sure
new.
Bristol's
That's a
10 times
new.
worse than that.
That's a new. It's a whole new level of loud.
Yeah, I'm sure it's 10 times worse than
Honestly, if
I've
I
heard.
went to Bristol again, I'd probably get earplugs and then get like a earmuff headset.
I
a deer.
absolutely not to bring this topic out for like too much longer, but I just want to mention one thing. I absolutely love going to Daytona and Talladega and not wearing ear protection. And like when they go through 3 and 4 and you hear them coming through the turn and up onto the front straightaway, the roar of the entire pack coming at you. Oh, nothing
Yeah.
better. No better sound. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's fantastic.
Oh, the Talladega race I went to was a little awkward because it was 2011. So,
Just give me a beer and I'll have a good time. Thank you.
Yeah. Huh.
what's next, boys?
Formula One sprint
Oh boy.
race. Very mixed
Oh boy.
reaction. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, I'm going to be interested in it, but if I was to decide on it, I would say don't bother with it.
Personally, I'm okay with it. I like the idea of trying it, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Now, if it doesn't work out, and then F1 is like NASCAR, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna do it anyways," then, oh dear God. But if they try and it doesn't work out, and they don't do it anymore, fine. I personally think trying it is fine.
Yeah, I don't mean to sound stupid. What the hell are they doing?
Okay, so they're gonna have like their normal qualifying, like normal. Okay, like the 3 round stuff.
Yeah.
On
it's gonna-
Friday.
Yeah, the difference is it's on Friday now, and then on Saturday when qualifying would normally happen, it's gonna
It'd
be a
be
100-kilometer race.
What?
To set the starting
Qualifying
order
on
for the
Friday.
And then
actual
whatever
race.
so you'll start in the qualifying order, and whatever the order is at the end of the race is actually the starting order for the race.
For
And
Sunday.
the top
Yes.
and the top 3 get, so first we'll get 3 points, second we'll get 2, and then third we'll get 1.
What
I
the
just
fuck?
here's my my only opinion on it is in a time where we're really trying to save money due to a pandemic and whatnot.
Isn't this ruining equipment?
We risk damaging
F1
these
is
cars.
not concerned about that.
No.
F1's not really
But
concerned
you
about that.
you risk. Well, there's also salary cap we got to worry about now in F1 too, and like we
True.
destroy a Bottas car or something again in a sprint race because just one wrong move. That when you have
yeah,
the
but
actual race the next day, and then you got to think: do they have enough time to get this a new car ready if they completely total the car just for a little sprint race, just to set the actual order up?
that's true, but I mean the same thing can happen in an actual qualifying too, so
Yeah, but now
I
we
don't
double
think
the risk,
well
and you got more
that's
cars
also
around it
again
all
why
the
they're
time.
also trying it for 3
Yeah.
races. They're not doing the whole season. It's only a 3-race thing.
I respect
so
they're
it's-
trying something different. I just think that this, if they're
Say it, Beef.
instead of, I say you basically choose between almost instead of having a normal qualifying, just do a sprint race in general instead of. But I don't know. Like I respect that they're trying something. I just don't think it's necessarily the right thing to try.
The only thing I don't like about it is with this experiment, they're handing out points. I think
I
since
agree
they're
that
trying
should
it, they
not be a
should just
thing.
not give out points. And
Could you
if
imagine?
they wind up liking it, then do points next season. Don't do it this year.
Can you imagine if the championship gets decided by that?
Yeah, it probably will.
And, I mean,
I know one
heck,
person that's terrified about it already. Mazepin,
imagine if
because he gets spin out 3
NASCAR
times.
Imagine if NASCAR came in quarter of the way through the season. We're like, you know what? For 5 races throughout the rest of the year, we're gonna try something like this and hand out points. It'd be.
I mean, F1 fans were irate about it, so
I know.
you
I
can
don't
expect
say, like
NASCAR fans
NASCAR
will
would.
feel.
Oh, NASCAR's dying again. We're burning it down. Like, It would have been terrible.
NASCAR's making unnecessary changes that we don't like. Don't
But-
fix something if it's not broken. While I agree with that, they're just trying something, bro. Chill out. Now, the only thing I will agree with NASCAR fan wise is when NASCAR tries something to like see if it works and see if the teams and fans like it, the fans and the teams will say we don't like it. And NASCAR's like, okay, we're doing it. So I'll kind of agree when NASCAR
Well,
decides to try something. It's not trying something. It's we're doing it a little bit this year, saying we're trying, but we're really going to do it next year no matter what.
if they fully listened to the fans, though, we'd still have the traditional 36 race format going. We'd be bored for the last quarter of the year at least.
Yeah, sometimes it's good they don't listen to the fans. Sometimes it's bad.
Sometimes
It's
they
been more
need to
bad
listen.
than good recently.
Sometimes they're like, there's sometimes they do not need to listen whatsoever.
Hey, then Jeff Gordon would be a 7-time champion.
He would be. But the format we have now, I'd rather deal with that than 36 races to decide a champion.
So
there's two major things I would change about this format. Not to get on a big topic, but just while I'm thinking about it, there's two major things I would change. One, get rid of winning you're in,
Yep.
and two, get rid of wins giving you 5 playoff points. Make
Yep.
it 3, please.
Yeah, we agree on both of those. 3 points and just not a win and you're in. Michael McDowell should not be in the playoffs, although right now he's actually in position. But in like 15 races time, he won't be anywhere near.
I like that they're making wins count, but make it like 2 wins in your in or something, please. Don't make it just 1.
Yeah.
2 wins in
okay.
your in actually sounds pretty good to me because that means that you're gonna have to fight for more than 1 win, and that actually like that actually is better than just having to get lucky for 1 win. To me, I think two or 3 wins in your in sounds pretty good.
Back on F1. Are they racing this weekend or is it next weekend?
yes,
Yes, this weekend.
Portugal.
Yep.
When do they start the night races? 'Cause that's the only time I'm gonna be able to watch.
Oh, that's gonna be a while, brother.
Well, here's
Singapore in October.
Night races where they are not necessarily
No,
night races here.
Like for here, like they start at night, but they're like, they're not actually night.
Never.
Australia,
Never.
Australia and
Alright,
Japan.
All right, so
That's what I
this weekend
thought.
is 10 a.m. Then you got a 9 a.m., 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Canada would have been 2 p.m., but that's
It's
gonna
not.
The only
It's not
time they're
officially
later than
canceled.
12 p.m. is the
happen.
Western Hemisphere
We're
races.
playing. We're playing under the assumption it's not going to happen.
I think that from like what I've seen over the last like week, I think that it's starting to trend back in the right direction.
Okay.
But still, who knows?
Japan. If you want to know like a night race, your first night race is October. Japan at 1 a.m.
Yeah, there's a couple races that are like late at night, early morning, however you
Yeah,
want to call
Fuck
it, and that's
I'll
it.
watch it.
Australia's at 12 or 1.
I
It's
might
1
get
Yeah.
a.m.
I might make sure I get up for that Monaco race though.
I'll probably be working. So, well, what time's the start? 7?
Monaco
7, I think.
is 9.
No,
No,
9.
nine.
Oh
Was it
yeah, I'll
9?
still
I
be
could've
working.
sworn it was
then.
like 7.
Yeah, the
It
last
used to
couple I
be.
just saw start at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, they pretty much all start at 9.
I guess there's one more quick NASCAR thing to talk about. Adam Stern tweeted about it earlier about the Chicago thing. I am totally shocked that the Chicago Street Course is probably going to happen very
Oh, I
soon.
didn't actually see that. What was that?
That Adam Stern, NASCAR is exploring running a real life street circuit race in Chicago. in the coming
What?
years.
Earliest
What?
would be 2022.
What?
Whoa! You're telling
What?
me? You're telling me that iRacing experiment might become real? Holy crap!
Do
I
you
never
think
saw
they're?
it
Do you
coming.
think they might consider running the same configuration by chance?
No, I don't. Why would they
No,
do
why?
that?
What? No.
Can't tell
You,
the
you
guys are
mean
being
a night
serious or
racing street
sarcastic.
course specifically developed for NASCAR cars? You mean they would do that in real life? No.
You want okay? You want to know what would actually be sick though? If like when this happens, they do it at night.
Oh yeah, let's
Wait,
do that.
night-
Oh,
Dude, that
that
is
would.
sick.
Oh man, that
A
would.
night race.
That'd be
of
expensive.
course.
Come to
Aren't
New
they
York
doing the
City, go to
Roval at
Mexico.
night?
No.
I thought
That
they
would be
were-
expensive.
Yes, they can. You know what? They teased it. Remember? It's not this
No.
year.
Next year or something.
Please no.
What do you mean, man? Road courses at night? Oh, it's
I
just
love
like short track racing. It's like it's so cool when it's at nighttime.
I guess what last thing is Nitro at this point.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
dive into Nitro real quick. We'll try to skim through it. Honestly, let's just go to the part that matters.
So I have, what we'll say 25 to go. Is
Single
when-
file.
Well, no. I mean, that's what sets up the entire end of the race.
You guys like trains?
You like trains? Because
I
a
like
lot of the race
trains.
was a train. But no, I mean the fuel mileage set everything up really. Because if you watch Gary's video, he doesn't really talk about fuel mileage until like after the fact.
No, he talks about getting dumped by a Penske car every 20 laps.
Those Penske
But
cars, man.
luckily, honestly, like it's hard to explain, but what happened should not
Let's
have
just
happened.
keep it casual. It was single file. There was fuel mileage involved. Some cautions came out.
I didn't even know there was a second
We
lane up
did.
there.
Then it was single
Gary-
file still.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be honest. With like 6 laps to go, Toyota, we were seeming pretty hopeless of anything actually happening.
And cue the Mission Impossible music.
Well, so
Yeah.
that was 6 laps to go. We were like, we're screwed.
Yeah,
5
there's
laps
no
to go.
way.
We said we got to do something right now. Let's just go for
try
it
it.
because we're already in the back of the field.
Yeah, and then I don't know how we went from like 13th to 15th to 1, 2, 3 in 2.5 laps.
The one thing I noticed the most when we were moving along, and one thing I was like, as soon as we moved up to the top, I said, "There's still a chance," because I realized how much we had been checking up on the bottom.
Yeah.
So we moved up to the top, and they were still checking up, and we were moving along. We were up into the top 10, and then there was a couple guys that hit the apron and stuff. Checked them up even more, and we got up there alongside Andrew into the trial. Well, Andrew or something hits the apron, makes a mistake, and then we were right in there up to the front, and then out of turns 2, we just had an incredible run.
Yeah,
and we cleared them.
Barely. I might have reversed bubbled the 2 a little bit, but I was clear. So
I mean, you did the same thing to you.
yeah, so I mean, we didn't think it would work at all, to be honest.
No, I was like, we're probably going backwards.
Yeah,
we ended up to the front.
Yeah, and then the caution came.
Caution came out. Me and Jay thought the race ended at 105. It ended at 104. So we were both like,
Yeah, I made the big dumb math call in my head. I thought it was 105.
So I was like, I'm not making it to 105. And if I
And Mr.
would've
League
stayed
owner
out-
here didn't tell me any different.
And if it did end at 105, I would not have made it. So I was right in that sense.
Yeah.
But I was wrong with just, of course, thinking 105. So it came in. I came out right behind Jay. Karma, Andrew stayed out on the front row. I think a couple other guys stayed out. MJ.
I think those were the only 3.
And I the outside actually was going pretty well on the final couple laps, so I just literally had to ride behind Jay the whole time and just hope for something, and I just finished like 9th.
Probably a part of that was me still trying to save a teeny bit of gas.
I was just like, please get that outside out of here so I can do something, but they just stayed there.
Yeah, because long story short, it kind of off turn 4. Andrew actually ran out of gas coming to the tri-oval, but he ran out. He told me, I was talking to him. He's like, he was running out right before the tri-oval, and then I ran out after the tri-oval. So, but I ended up winning.
Yeah,
I felt really.
Matt won. Jay was 7th, I think. 8th? You were 8th.
Yeah, 8th.
I was
MJ got
9th.
3rd.
Eddie, where were you?
Dead last, Paul.
Eddie.
23rd.
Eddie had some power outages. We're not going to explain about it, but he had some power outages.
Nope.
And that was all. He was out in like stage 1.
Stupid power line.
Yeah. And then we go.
By the way, now that I'm over that I threw the win away, that move that we made on the Highline
Incredible.
was just the move of my entire time I've been in Nitro. That was amazing.
That was literally the highlight of me being in Nitro.
And even
there's no world, because like we've made the outside work, but it would literally take like 5 to 6 laps to like do like 2 to 3 cars, like to pass like 2 to 3 cars to do that. We passed over 10 in 2.5 laps. Like it was
You know that, like, you know when it's like a guy is like upset with someone, he goes by and he's like flipping the bird.
We literally
Like,
just
I
flipped
felt
the
like we were
bird.
flipping every single car on the bottom off as we were driving by.
I mean, that's a habit for me. So
The funny thing is like I made that one meme where like the Chevys and the Fords were probably like, yes, Toyota's in the back. We're finally gonna beat them at a plate race.
And then here we come.
Yeah, but like honestly, I feel like this race was like, man, I really feel like there's some like higher power at hand at work here because like I don't
There's
like
no way we should have made it happen. I don't care what the situation was. The way it
Yeah.
was, no chance. We should have even gone forward 5 spots.
yeah. First off, no one came up in front of us, which was
Bizarre.
ridiculous.
When they saw the run
Bizarre.
coming, why would you stay low?
Yeah.
big brain.
Even the
Any, like,
leader.
like, yeah. Well, I think that the issue was the people in the front were closer on gas because the closer you're to the front, the more gas you have to use.
Yeah.
So like, we basically put the entire field in a box because we were like, we're good to go. Let's just freaking do
Let's
it.
haul the mail.
And yeah, I don't know.
It was something. Honestly, I don't think we'll ever do anything like that again.
I don't think they'll ever let us do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably were like, yeah, we got the Toyotas defeated this time, and we
Yeah,
charge
there
up to the
was,
front. And Karma gets us the win. So
Yeah,
There was a few that said in general chat they thought about hopping up, or like in hindsight they would have hopped up, but they just didn't,
Big
and they
brain.
regret it.
So Karma at least keeps the Toyota streak alive for us.
Yeah,
Although
passes the
Toyota
20
didn't
curse
win
to
last time
Jonathan.
at Talladega. Because
should have, but
yeah.
but that was due to the other.
But we count Eddie as a part of the
Ridiculous.
family, so it still was in there.
Yeah.
What the fuck did I do?
No, you won the Talladega race.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I won. It feels great. I don't have to worry about winning the season anymore.
He doesn't
So
drink, so chat encourage him to drink.
where do we race this weekend?
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Oh,
Andrew will not be there,
I'm winning.
Oh.
Easy.
I can have a shot.
No me.
so it'll be interesting because Andrew's pretty good there, and it kind of opens up the whole field.
No me.
I think Jonathan's gonna be pretty tough to beat, to be
Oh, me.
honest.
If it comes down to a short run, I'm screwed. Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
We have
swear to
combat though
God.
this time, man. He's gonna have a whole different setup.
We have combat the whole season.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Karma has a freaking vacation for one.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna bother him for it though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
still
I
want him
mean-
to see what both of them come up with.
Yeah, like Karma's gonna have.
I
vacation
like
for one.
the thing is like I would do presets, not really anything else.
No, but it's like, you can just like concur, you guys can just both sit in like a meeting room, and discuss your plans, You sit there with a
lab.
cup of coffee
Gotta go
and
to-
like
gotta
he's
go-
just talking like,
gotta
so
go
we're
to
gonna
the
do
lab.
this. Like we're gonna do this. No, we're gonna do this.
My
No, we're gonna do this.
Combat in my chat says the setup sucks.
Yeah.
Alright, so Karma, you're on board.
Karma time.
Karma's up next.
I mean, if we use mine, we better hope.
Alright, Combat, you're back
I
up.
think the thing with what we did last in the championship race is that we needed. If we got track position, we were fine, and we needed long runs.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's gonna, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
that was a big if.
with like 22 drivers at once.
I'm expecting some real door checks going into one.
Yeah. I'm also expecting the black flag a lot of people on restarts.
Scary.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't go below the apron until you've crossed the line. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for somebody just
that's
freaking
pretty
forget about that.
so also want to shout out Gail for winning Xfinity.
Congratulations, Gale Force, British guy.
Gail the Kale.
So Nitro this weekend at Phoenix. Hopefully, one of us here will win that race. What do we got? We got F1 at Portugal. Predictions, real quick. I'm gonna
Portland, I like
say
Portland.
Lewis Hamilton wins.
Oh, we're talking about the real life. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Max.
Lando Norris.
Dream
I'll
on.
keep it until he
At
wins.
Jay, who's your pick?
Verstappen.
Okay, I think the track's gonna suit Red Bull well, but it's Lewis Hamilton. His tires will be really bad, and he'll be dominating.
That's when they're the best.
Yeah, Kansas for NASCAR, probably, and it's under the lights. Probably would be one of the best mile and a halfs all year.
It's not under the lights.
No,
No,
man,
it's
it's a
not.
day race.
It's a
Sorry.
day race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the heck thought that was a good idea?
Right?
Stephen
Hey.
Phelps.
Kansas is amazing when
Hold
it's a night
up.
race. When it's a day race, it's the opposite.
I
of
got a
Richmond.
tweet.
Oh dear God, here we go. Chat,
Kansas
take his
is a
phone
day
away.
race is trash, but Kansas when it's a night race is like the best race of the entire year.
Yeah, it's a disaster in the making. But you want to know who I think is gonna win? I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens. It's gonna be Denny Hamlin.
I think it's gonna be Truex.
You're gonna be right at one point.
Gotta be Chase Elliott, please.
Phew.
Bless.
Thank you.
Please, Chase, for the love
So-
of God, in my misery.
Well, now that it's daytime, they're not gonna be able to pass. So
Yeah.
who the heck?
Correct.
Whoever's leading on the last run's gonna win. I'm gonna go and say Denny Hamlin.
Chase Elliott, please, for the love of God.
Who?
You said Denny, I said Chase.
Who?
It's so funny.
Who?
Is that the champion that can't win?
You had to mic up your ass.
Has he even been showing up this year?
Don't freaking start.
Thank goodness it's not a 36 format race because he's 140 back.
2 of his teammates are already locked into the playoffs.
3 of them.
Three of them, you
yeah.
forehead, get it
All
right.
three of them won.
Oh yeah, look at that. I can't even remember that Kyle Larson's on the
Yeah,
team.
dumbass.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Elliott's strong at Kansas, so we'll see. But I'm going to stick with Hamlin. Jay, did you give your pick?
Yeah, Truex.
True, that's right. Okay. So we'll see who gets it correct. I'll be putting Hamlin in my fantasy, so hopefully that.
I'm already
plays
counting
out
Chase for
well.
Dover, please, because I'm going there.
Him
Please,
or
for the love of
Larson
God.
to win that one,
No, please, Chase. I'm
or
going
hopefully
there. Please
Denny.
do it. I literally will scream like a little baby girl.
Yeah, Elliott's strong at a lot of tracks coming up. Then he's got Coda as well, so there's a lot of strong tracks for him to get.
Probably
things
gonna
going
live
in.
stream me at the track, low key.
Hey, Twitch stream.
If
Let's
I can.
go.
If I can, I don't even know if my phone will hold it.
So I guess we'll end it there.
Yep.
We'd like to thank you all again, as usual, for coming out to listen or watch on YouTube to the
This
podcast.
video gets more than 10 likes. We're taking away Gary's phone privileges for a week.
And that happening. I love Twitter. I love tweeting.
My chat remind him he still hasn't done the shoe yet.
Yeah. We'll get around to that. Eventually. If Kevin Harvick doesn't win this weekend, because I know he will, then I'll do a shoey. So that is it. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. We'll see you guys next week after the Portuguese Grand Prix, the Kansas race in NASCAR, as well as the Nitro again. And it'll be Wednesday because the next gen leak, or not the leak, the next gen reveal will be official. So, yeah,
Close
once
that
again,
leak.
thank you all for coming out. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great day, everybody.